So this is going to be another unscripted video, so God knows how well this is going to go. But I recently found this game called Pressure, and me and my friends have been playing it quite a bit. Um, and since the last video I did in this style did shockingly well, Pressure's a game pretty similar to Doors. It's got a lot of the same mechanics. There's doors and hallways and keys. It's got a lot of similar monsters too, although there are differences. For instance, instead of Dupe, we have this clawed monstrosity known as Good Friend, I believe. And there are 4 different varieties of Rush, as opposed to just Rush. It's like Chainsmoker, Pinky, and somebody else. And the goal of the game is to find the crystal, which is at the center of this facility, which is not doing terribly well. There's also a merchant very akin to Doors. His name is Sebastian. He helps you throughout most of the game. He's like a fish-looking thing. Kind of funky, but, you know. He sells you items such as the crank flashlight, the gummy light, I believe, and alongside Sebastian's documents, which I don't really know what they do. Well, a friend of mine bought them, but we couldn't really figure out if they did anything. If you know what they do, let me know in the comments. Let's talk about the bosses. There are 2 bosses. A boss about midway through, and a final boss. And if you don't want spoilers, then I will give you a chance to pause the video and go play the game for yourself. It is obviously free. It's on Roblox. It's called, once again, Pressure, and is a very cool game. Not super spooky. My friend, who has a very low tolerance for horror, has been playing it. He enjoys it quite a bit. But anyways, now that, if you don't want spoilers, you have clicked off the video, let's talk about the bosses. The first boss is this bug, fish thing, very insectoid, with a bunch of lights shining on the floor, and you have to power 9 different whatchamacallits. You have to power 9 different things, turn on power to 9 different generators, fix 9 different generators. I don't really know what they are, if they're generators or just whatever. But you have to turn those generators on to access the door out of the boss room. And if you stay in those lights for too long, the boss will hook you and eat you. Now, the final boss is... I really don't want to say interesting, because it feels kind of lazy. He's kind of cool, but it's literally just 3 of the same enemies, or 3 of the same bosses. It's just 3 of the insect guys swimming around trying to find you. It was really easy. I've beaten the game once, and it was incredibly easy to beat the final boss. I was never spotted once. That is really my only critique. That is really, though, my only critique, is that the final boss is kind of easy, as opposed to Doors. And, yeah, that's my thoughts on Pressure, even though, you know, hopefully nobody cares that much. So, yeah.
You know the drill by now, don't you? That wasn't exactly a staring contest. What were you doing?